We're going to record. So happy that you're here. My name's Katie. I'm so proud to be the leader of the most amazing Pampered Chef team in the world, Pampered Chef's Team Climb. And we have decided that we want to give back, not only so that our team can get together more often and learn about our products and figure out like how to use them more, how to share the practical tips, and how to use them and love them. You know, we really want you, when you get a Pampered Chef product, we want you to use it. We want it to make a difference in your life, in your kitchen, make your life faster, whatever, you know, just something good because you did. So we came together as a consultant team. And so we figure whether or not you want to join us for this, we're going to get together. We're going to have some fun. We're going to try some recipes together. And we wanted to invite our customers, our hosts, those that are curious about the product of the month. And this month it's for the love of stones. And it's such a fun one to have because Pampered Chef started in 1980, which is so impressive. Someone has a stone from 1982. That's so exciting. But in 1980, our founder, Doris Christopher, was going out and like meeting people that had new kitchen products at these big fairs in Chicago. Like, what are they called? Are they called, not called fairs, but like where people set up booths and stuff, conventions. And she saw this stone, the stoneware, and she was so intrigued by it that she stopped. She asked a ton of questions. It was still a newer product. And so the people who made the stones were so impressed with her curiosity. They said, take these home and play with them, see what you think, give us your feedback. And so she fell in love with the stones because they just make things taste better. And one of the coolest things about them is that they help pull moisture away from the bottom. And so they're going to make things brown faster, crisp faster, but stay moist on the inside. And so at her very first cooking show in October of 1980, she brought a pizza stone, the first pizza stone, okay? And she brought a frozen pizza. She grated some fresh cheese and chopped up a few extra vegetables to put on top of that frozen pizza and then cooked it in the oven. And that was her cooking show. When everyone tried this frozen pizza, they were like, you're kidding. This can't be the same pizza that I buy for my kids all the time. They were so impressed by how different it was being in the oven. And so one quick tip for pizza, I hope I'm not stealing this from Dusty's tip, but if you put it on the lowest rack and cook it just a couple of minutes longer, your cheese won't burn, but your crust will get crispier. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we go off to learn about our taco ring, one of our classic stoneware recipes, I wanted to let you know that we're going to do something a little bit different for this workshop. And I want to give away a stone. You guys want to win a stone? How fun, right? So I'm thinking I want to give away our toaster oven pan. It's our smallest bar pan. I love our new stoneware that has the little lip on it, so it's easier to get out of the oven, or the air fryer or the toaster oven. But I'd love to give this one away. And what we're going to do is throughout this entire workshop, you're going to have an opportunity to ask questions. So you're going to type them into the chat. If you're on a phone, you might have to tap and then pull up your chat to do it. Or if you're on a computer, it should be down at the bottom. Type in any question you have, and you can ask questions in 3 categories. Okay. You're going to get one ticket for our drawings, our door prize drawings, when you ask about a product. So you can ask about stones, okay, or any products that you see us use tonight. You'll get 2 tickets if you ask about hosting a party, what that's like, or how you get it, or what's the special this month. We'll take any question. And you're going to get 3 tickets when you ask about being a Pampered Chef consultant. We have a lot of consultants on this Zoom with us tonight, so we'll be able to answer your questions. Okay, so in those 3 categories, you can win some of our door prizes that are all in here. And then for this big one, this one's going to be given away tomorrow in our Facebook group. And it's going to be for anybody who walks away from the workshop and says, I really want to join that team climb. So if you wanted to try being a consultant with us, or you can get an entry for this one if you decide to host a party with your consultants. All right. So you're like, hey girl, I want to host with you. Let's do it. Get me into that stone drawing. And then the other thing you can get entered for is by ordering from your consultant. So what we're going to do is from now until noon tomorrow, and then at noon, consultants are, if you're hopefully you're listening, you're going to want to send me a message and tell me who's entered to win this. Okay. So we'll give this one away later, but I wanted to let you know about that little grand extra bonus prize. All right. So without further ado, let's pass it over to our friend Kim, who's making a taco ring for us. Get your notes out, start asking your questions in the comments. I'm going to get ready for our on-time door prize as well. And Kim, are you ready for us?
I'm ready. Can you hear me? Perfect. Okay. So I'm making a taco ring. There are so many rings that you can do. You can play with this and do whatever flavor combination you want, but this is the one that my daughter loves. So what I did is I browned 1.5 pounds of hamburger, and then I added a pack of our favorite taco seasoning and 2 tablespoons of water. And this is how I did my tablespoons, because I don't know if you actually take a little tablespoon and try to dip it and not dump it. I used to do that. But this is the easy read measuring cup. This is the tiniest of it. And if you can see on the inside, there are measurements, and those are tablespoon measurements, you guys. So now I just do 2 tablespoons of water in this instead of trying to mess with tablespoons. Okay. So I mix that all up in my batter bowl, and then I'm using my scoop. Another one of my favorite things. This is really awesome for peanut butter, and it's dishwasher safe. But you just do the little handle, and you see the little slider. Super awesome. So I'm using this, and I am putting my taco meat on. So I took 2 packages of crescent rolls. I use the regular. You can do the butter flake, the Hawaiian, whatever you like, really. And normally I would put it in a circle with the bigger part on the inside and overlapping, and the points are going to go off the edge of the pizza stone. But it's Valentine's, so I'm trying out a Pizza Heart flavor shape thing. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when I fold it over. It'll be good either way. Okay. So I put on my meat, and I have it going all the way around, so in a continuous thing. And then I also shredded some cheese. So this is our new cheese grater. This is our new cheese grater. And so you can shred super easily. I like this one because you can either extend it and hold it. I actually put it over the bowl and then grated like they do at like Olive Garden, you know. Or you can press this button, pull this button up, and you can do it like a tent, and you can put it over your bowl or flat on the counter. But that's my favorite way to do it. So I mix some cheese in there, and then I'm just going to take the corners of my crescent rolls and flip this under. And this is the moment of truth if this comes out like a heart or not. But it'll be something. It'll taste good. And then you just flip it over, and I'm just tucking the corner of the crescent roll underneath on the inside. So I do have a little hole here in the middle, and I'm just tucking it under, and you'll see the filling still, which is totally fine. But I'm just going to take them. All right. Sincere moment of truth, because this is the inside of the heart. So we'll see. Like so. And again, you can do whatever you would like. You can use whatever kind of meat you like. You can do chicken quesadilla style. It doesn't even have to be Mexican. This is just seriously what we always do. If you've done a taco ring before, tell us what you've done, because this is my go-to one. But share with us what you've done. Oh, it does look like a heart. I did it, you guys. Okay, I'm really excited.
It looks so cute. I love it.
It's a little heart. Okay, I wasn't totally sure. All right, so then I have 1 egg that I beat up a little bit with the stainless steel whip. This is, and I'm just going to take my little band brush. The egg on top is really important. It helps it stay together better, and it will crisp up the top a little bit more and give you that glossy. And then I'm also going to sprinkle cheese on, and that will help the cheese sit on. So I did try one time not doing the egg, but it is way better with the egg on top.
Makes it shiny.
So I'm just doing that.
So Kim, two questions for you.
Okay.
Does the measuring cup work okay for dry ingredients?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I am terrible about the whole wet, dry, discriminating which one you use thing. I just kind of run with it. So I do my malto meal whenever I make it because I can't put a tablespoon down in the box. So I use that little guy for my malto meal too. So
So we're
I
gonna
am
say
not
yes.
judgy. If you use your wet ones for dry things and dry ones for wet things, it's no judgment here.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
believe that the easy read can go either way. And then, oh, it looks so pretty.
Look how pretty that is. Okay.
The
And
other
I'm just gonna
question we have
pour.
for you is the micro grater, is it about the same size as the Microplane, which I believe it's exactly the same, right?
I think it is. I've never put them next to each other. I
I
think
think
so.
they're exactly the same. Now, our newer version of the fine grater is a little different, the double-sided, but the one that Kim's using is the same size as our old versions. Good
But
question.
so much easier. Okay, and then I'm just sprinkling with cheese, and then this is going in the oven for like 25 to 30 minutes, and then whatever your favorite toppings are. I've got some tomatoes and some lettuce. That's it. That's how quick dinner comes together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kim. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so next up, we're going to have Jessie Felling from our team here. She's going to come and share a few little tips for us and share about why she loves stones as well.
Hello. So as Katie said before, Pampered Chef, one of the first products over 40 years ago was stoneware. In 2020, they redesigned it and it is now dishwasher safe, broiler safe, and you can preheat. The seasoned stones, as you can tell, I put mine in the dishwasher. It's not super seasoned. If you like the seasoned, and most people do, then they recommend just using water and your scraper. So and also since it's been around so long, you can tell if it's the new or old by the back of the design. The new has the ribbon, and that's how you know if it can go in the dishwasher or not. I love stones because you can literally bake anything, like anything in the oven. You can do a main dish, a side dish. You can do desserts. You can do literally anything, and I absolutely love it. And you can also use them in the microwave, in the air fryer, and in the oven. So, oh, and also, sorry, when you order off of a party or from a consultant, it's really important for you to save your consultant's information. So that way, if anything happens to your stoneware while you have it, or if it ships to you, you can send a picture to your consultant and we can get a replacement for you as soon as possible. Stoneware is 3-year warranty as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Jessie. All right. So, yeah, for sure. If you don't have your Pampered Chef consultant in your phone by now, do that right now. You need to get their number in there. We can help you out. And what I love is, it's so easy to replace it. As long as it's within that time frame, they accept the picture return. They don't really ask questions. It's all good. So yes. All right. Well, next up, we get to do our traditional pizza. And I'm so excited. We are totally theming this up with the hearts and the love of stones. So Dusty, we are ready to see you in action, our friend, with our round pizza stone. You're on mute, my friend. You have to come all the way over. Sorry.
There we go. Hi, everybody. So this is pretty much one of my first stones I've ever had. And I will tell you, we eat every Friday is pizza night at our house. And we usually eat frozen pizzas. I'm not going to lie. I don't spend the time to make pretty hard pizzas. But the first time I got it out and ate it, I was amazed, like because of how crispy it was on the bottom. When you put frozen pizza in anything else, which we've been doing for years, any other type of pizza pan, it just doesn't come out with that same crispiness. It's just amazing. I love it. But mine is one of the newer ones. I've had it for about a year. I did go ahead and make up my really pretty heart pizza. I've made, you can't see because it's covered up, but all of the dirtiness, the buildup seasoning that I'm putting onto it, I've made cinnamon rolls on this pan. I don't think about using it for a lot of stuff. So sometimes I forget, hey, I can use it for, I know I've used breadsticks. I just forget about those things. But I already did my pizza up, but I kind of got out all of the accessories that I use or that you can use to make your pizza. So I've got everything but the seasoning. I did not put that on here, so I can sprinkle a little bit of that on there. It's a little clumped up. My house is, there we go. My house this summer was nice and humid. All right, there we go. Ooh, that smells so good, you guys. So I've got that. I used, oh, I got dirty, our roller, baker's roller, to roll out the pizza dough. So this is amazing. I got one of those and I love it. If you use our pizza peel, which you would put your pizza on here, you can use our powdered sugar shaker and put cornmeal in here. Sprinkle some cornmeal on here. If you make it on, if you want to preheat your stone in the oven and you want to roll out your dough on the counter, you use your cornmeal on the counter. This is perfect for that. And then this beautiful, I love these things. They're so pretty. I want to hang it up, but I need to use it. But you put your pizza on here and then you use this to slide it into the oven onto your stone that's already preheated. We've got our pizza and crust cutter. It comes with this nice guard because it is sharp. If you get a homemade, or if you have a homemade pizza that you forget to cut the edges, or a delivered pizza, you can use the crust cutter to finish cutting because sometimes they're in a hurry and they don't. I used our silicone baster to put the pizza sauce on, spread it all around. It worked perfectly. You can use our mini silicone mitts to help get it out, or you can use our bigger ones. They both work really good. The stones are a little heavier than a regular pan, so I kind of like using these better because I can kind of get in there a little bit easier and I don't feel like I have this big weighted thing. Then we've got our cheese graters. We grated up some cheese to put on there. They've all got 3 sides or 2 sides, and this one has 1 side. And then my husband likes to use our large cutting board to cut it. So we'll get it out of the oven and then he'll pull it off, put it on here, and then he could cut it up really good. But you could also use our flexible cutting mat. The bowl I use to mix up the dough. That's everything I could think of. So I'm super excited to share a picture of my beautiful heart pizza with you guys. Can you tell us, if you have a pizza stone, what other items do you use to bake on your stone? Tell us in the comments. I'm excited to see because I need some ideas of other things to make on pizza stone.
Love it. Dusty, I'm going to hit you with a couple questions. Let's test your knowledge here. So can you cut the pizza right on the stone?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. That's correct. Tell us about preheating the stones. So can you preheat them?
You can preheat it.
Trick
question. I don't. So if anybody that does wants to pipe in, more than welcome to. I actually just put it in with the pizza already on it. Saves time. I would imagine if you preheat it, then the pizza is going to cook a little bit faster because it's already going to be warm and ready to go versus putting everything in there cold.
Good. Well, thank you, Dusty. Don't forget to share your favorite tools that you use when you're making your pizza and your ideas below as well. We did have a question about the size. Everything we're using tonight is the largest size, the large bar pan, the large round stone, or actually it's called the pizza stone now. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. This is like our halfway point. We're going to do a little interlude. I want to show you my brownies and address a couple of these other questions. So the preheat question, our old version of stones. So in 2020, we worked with some new like scientists to come out with this new fusion technology. It's still all natural clay, virtually non-porous, so it's not going to like pull in any flavors. Soap isn't going to stick inside of there. You don't have to worry about the stones holding bacteria or anything like that. I know that's always a question that comes up, especially with our older stones. They were, recommended don't use chemicals on them, i.e. don't use soap on them, and never, ever, ever, write this down. Don't use aerosol sprays on the stones. Please don't do it. So the preheat question is our old version of our stones. So if you have a stone that you've had it more than 2 years, I guess, yeah, a little over 2 years now. But if you have a stone that looks like this on the bottom, or it says Heritage Home, or it's like flat. So you might have a pizza stone that has like no handles, or it might have the rack. We've had several versions over the years, or you might have, anything before 2020. We're not going to preheat those. So there's a few things you want to know about the older version of stones. They're great. I'm not going to tell you, like one of our questions in here was, is the newer better than the old? Neither one of them better or worse, whatever. We did make some improvements, so they're a little stronger and they can do more for you. So in that respect, because there's more versatility to our newer stones, you might like them better. But the traditional stones are awesome. I love using my old stones because they're already seasoned. So check this out. I have some to show you. So this is my number one favorite is the toaster oven pan, which is not called that anymore. Our toaster oven pan is now called the small bar pan. So if you want a new one, see how they've rounded the edges, they put a handle on it, just makes it a little easier to get in and out of the oven. Of course, the backside, like Jesse taught us, is different. If you see this pretty little design, this is going to be our new version. The changes. Preheat is the big change, and there's a little stronger, so you can use, they're not going to be as sensitive to temperature or thermal shock. So when you're using our older versions of the stones, some important things to remember are you want to use the right stone size. So if you're doing a large sheet pan meal, you might use the large bar pan. Okay, it's called a large stone bar pan now if you're getting a new one. But if you have this older version, you don't want to have just you don't want to have like 2 pieces of chicken or 2 pieces of fish or a little bit of vegetables here and nothing here. What will happen is it could go into thermal shock and either have like a fine line crack, which could cause leaking or seeping, or it could actually break in half, which some of you, I hope you haven't had to experience that, but it's very heartbreaking when your stones that have been seasoned over time go through that. So you want to make sure that you evenly distribute the food. So for example, I make cookies on this all the time. I actually totally got rid of all of my metal bakeware when I saw how great a cookie comes out on a stone. So you want to make sure it's even, right? So if you run out of cookie dough and you only need 3 or 4 more cookies, you're going to go down to a smaller one so that it fills up at least 3/4 of the stone. You just want it evenly. So that's a little about our older stones. They go up to 450 degrees. So that means that they're not okay for broiling. They're not okay for grilling. And I think those are the 2 big things. Now, with our new version of stones, so if your stones look like this on the bottom, you've got them since 2020, or you buy one coming up here, these are going to be fused with, they're still going to have the same great quality. They're going to season over time, but you can also use soap on them if you want to. You don't have to. You can use them in the dishwasher. You can preheat them. Okay, that's a big difference of the old versus new too. And what's so awesome about preheating a stone, especially for pizza, is you'll put it in there, preheat it, and then you've got you're going to create your pizza, puts that cornmeal. That's a great tip that you had. Put the cornmeal on your, what was that thing, that pizza peel that Dusty had. Put the cornmeal on there, put the pizza on there, and then just slide it off. And then that crust is going to start cooking right away. And so you're going to get a crispier crust if you preheat. All right. So I do love that for pizza. Now let me show you my pizza stone. This is a new version, and this is one way that you can season a little faster is by using, because you can preheat, you can actually leave it in your oven. So this is real life. You can probably see all the debris on here, but I actually use this as my oven catcher. And what's cool about having a stone inside your oven at all times is it kind of helps it evenly distribute that heat. So I don't have a super fancy oven, came with the house. So having the stone in there makes me feel like, okay, everything's gonna like evenly distribute, because that's the beauty of a stone. It will evenly distribute the heat, and it holds the heat really well as well. So the way that plays out if there's food on this is that it pulls the moisture into the food and crisps up the bottom and the top. I have mine on the very bottom rack at all times. I don't know if you can see my oven, but at the very bottom rack, it's there as like a food catcher. And then when I want to use it, I just wipe it off, rinse it. And the cool thing about our new stone, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little lip. And if that's in the back, then when you're trying to pull your pizza off or you're taking your food off, it won't fall off the other side. It will, stop right there. So, but that is a new stone. I got these two stones the same day, and this one's been in the oven, and this one is only used for like cookies and sheet pan meals and stuff. So they will season at different times. Let me show you my brownies real quick. So in the medium bar pan, I made my brownies, and you're probably wondering what's that amazing looking stuff on the top. And this is my secret. I don't tell this to everyone, but my secret for brownies, after you get them mixed down, this one is already pre-seasoned, so it becomes more and more nonstick over time. So I didn't grease anything. I didn't have to add any extra oil. I just put the brownie mix in there, spread it out. And then my topping, I did brown sugar and some salt in my little 1 cup prep bowl, mixed it all together and just spread it on top right before I baked it. And that's my secret. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, your brownies are the best. It's a Pampered Chef cook's tip. Go figure. But I love how brownies and cookies come out. So I mostly bake with my stones. It's my favorite thing. We had some questions come in. So let's get a couple of those answered. Let me see if any more came in real quick, and then we will. Difference between new and old. I think we've covered that pretty well. If you guys can think of anything I missed when it comes to you, make sure that you share. You do not want to preheat the old stones. Oh my gosh, I love this. Using it for chicken nuggets, fish sticks, pizza rolls, egg rolls, frozen pizza, breadsticks, cookies, cinnamon rolls, everything on the pizza stone, flatbread, veggies, pot pies, chicken nuggets, fish sticks. Yes. Chicken strips, scones. Ooh, I want to come to your house. Yeah, I love all these ideas. Thank you for sharing, guys. Okay, is there a best place to store stoneware? And does it matter if it's cold, hot, etc.? So that's a great question. I wanted to show you how I store mine. So I bought this, I think I bought it at like Walmart a long time ago, but they have them on Amazon. I think it's called like an oven, like a pots and pan holder. But they have these you can put right into your, let me see if I can pull this down. And what I have put this in my like skinny cabinet, and then I store them like this. And then they're always just right there in the cabinet, ready to go. They make thinner ones for like baking sheets and stuff. But I usually have, I have 6 stones, so I'll do all of the square and rectangle ones that way in my cabinet. So you guys, this is a great way to store them. The other thing you can do, if you have the drawer in your oven down below, if you don't have a gas, see my drawer there. That's where I keep like my big round ones. It's the only place that fits in my kitchen. And then I already showed you that I actually store my large round stone on the very bottom rack of my oven, and that's totally fine. I just cook with it that way all the time. It helps evenly distribute the heat. For cleaning, was someone else supposed to cover cleaning? I don't remember. I'm not taking that from. So for cleaning, hot soapy or hot water, you can scrape. If you have old stones, they're going to come with a brown scraper. If you have new stones, we sell them in blue now. Okay. And they come with your stone. Super hot one misconception, you don't have to soak these to season them. They're not like a terracotta or something. You can actually soak them though when they're dirty. So what I'll do is when these brownies are all gone, tomorrow-ish, I'll go ahead and put hot water in them, set it on the counter for, I don't know, a little while. Usually it just takes 20 minutes, but typically if we're being real, it's like a day it sits there. And then I'll just kind of wipe it out, scrape it out if it needs it. You can get your stones wet. You can soak them overnight. It's not a big deal to do that. I think that's a common misconception. And now with the newer stones, you can put them in the dishwasher. I'll be honest, I haven't gotten used to that. I just wash all my stones with hot water and treat them like I always have. But if that kind of freaked you out, you can totally do that now. If your stone ever gets like someone had asked about like marks, I'm just going to bring up your questions, but there is a way to deep clean your stones, and it's baking soda. You make a thick baking soda paste. I usually put this in I've only done it once, but you put it in a little cup like this, get it just into a paste, like a warm paste, put it on there, let it soak for 15 minutes. You don't have to be in a rush, and then warm water. And if you need to do it again, you can. Reasons you might want to do that: if your stone is so black that it started flaking, like the seasoning is so built up that now it's starting to come off, then you may want to go ahead and use the baking soda method, just so that you aren't getting like flakes of seasoning in your food. Hopefully you're not at that point, but it could happen over time. Another reason is if you ever do have like a sticky residue that's not coming off, as long as it's not due to aerosol sprays, never use Pam on these guys, that chemical will, there's just nothing you can do if you heat it on there. But generally speaking, the baking soda thing works well, or just soaking it and scraping it. All right, other questions. How do you adjust the time? How do you adjust the time and temperature when you're cooking with stoneware? So this was a great question. And my initial, I was like, well, I don't think you have to do anything. So I looked it up through the Pampered Chef consultant site. And I found that that is true. You don't have to adjust the time or the temperature of other baking stones, with the exception of if your recipe is calling for 10 minutes or less, then you're going to want to add 2 or 3 minutes, but you don't have to change the time. And the same thing with the convection. It says you can reduce the oven temperature if you'd like to, if it's browning too quickly. But generally speaking, you don't really have to change anything. I do find with pizzas, I like to cook them a couple more minutes, but I really like a crispy crust. Let's see if we have any more, and then we're going to move on here. Seasoning your stones. Oh, best way to clean metal marks. That was from Melissa. Same thing. You can try the baking soda method, but it's not going to hurt your stone to have marks on it. It's totally fine. Over time, it will season. You could put a big fatty crescent roll over it a couple of times, and maybe it will season back. And then seasoning your stones is a great question. These things are nonstick over time. The first couple times you use them, if they do stick, okay, it could be expected. I haven't really experienced that. I think one time I had a chicken breast kind of stick to it. But generally speaking, it doesn't need anything. You don't have to pre-treat it with oil. You don't have to soak it. But one thing you can do to get it darker faster is preheat it. If it's a new stone, you can do crescent rolls, cinnamon rolls, brownies, anything with a lot of fat or oil in it. That's going to help season it quicker. Use it all the time, right? Get it out and use it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the more you use it, the quicker it will season. And the darker it looks, the better it cooks. That's the general rule of thumb when it comes to stoneware. And now if you are using soap or you are dishwashing the new ones, they're going to take longer to look darker. All right. So we're going to move on to Robin, who's doing one of our classic recipes with a braid. How many of you have tried or seen a braid? I'm so excited to watch her teach us how to do it, and you're going to see how easy it is. All right, Robin, take it away.
Hey, I am so excited to be here. Seems like forever since I've been live. Okay. So I've got everything ready, and what we are going to do is, so Katie was talking about hosting. Okay, I'm going to tell you something that happened. Okay, so we were getting ready and I got my dough out. I was going to do crescent roll dough, right? And I opened it up and boom, it just like blew up on me. So I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? So I looked in the refrigerator. I was like, oh, okay, I got pizza crust, so I'm just gonna use pizza crust sheet. So, because I'm always making homemade, my homemade, the Detroit pizza in the cast iron. So I had an extra one of those. So I always have a backup of something. So it's always fun in this house. So I just had to share that. It was funny. So it's very, very, very simple, and you can do so many different things with this braid. But tonight I am going to do chicken and broccoli, and there's cheese, and there's 3 different kinds of peppers. I got yellow and green and red to get all those pretty colors in there. And let's see, there's all-purpose dill. There's bell pepper herb to give it a little bit more of a kick to bring out those flavors in the peppers. And then I love the crushed pepper and garlic, and I think you do, Katie. I think that's one of your favorite seasonings with Pampered Chef.
The best. I love it.
And I am going to top it with everything bagel. If you guys have not tried everything bagel, this is the best seasoning ever. And this is going to make it. And I am going to put a little bit of a kick to it. And I'm going to put a little bit of our Dijon mustard in it.
I didn't answer. Marshall sniffed the.
If you guys haven't tried our taste buds or our, even our, help me out, Katie.
Our enrichables, our taste buds, our
Yes,
rubs.
thank you. They come in packets, and this is a way of trying them, and they come with recipes and everything else. But I'm putting this in there, and this is the first time of tasting it. Oh my gosh, this is so good. You guys are gonna have to try this. So what I did was I wanted to get the broccoli down to smaller bits so that I could put more broccoli in it. So I used the manual food processor, and I've already chopped up my bell peppers in the manual processor, and we're just going to chop it up. Tom, can you help me out here? My hands aren't working properly. It doesn't take much, but I have health issues, so Tom's gonna help me out here. And then the chicken, all I did was get a couple breasts of chicken, and I used our stone, and I put it in the microwave. And I just cooked it for about 10-15 minutes, depending on what your wattage is on your microwave. And I put these seasonings on it, and that's all I did. And I used our salad chopper, which is amazing. It's not just for salads. It's got these 2 blades on it. It's very, very sharp, and they are titanium. Got it? They are, I'm sorry. They are titanium plated, so that like when you're doing lettuce and stuff like that, it's not going to brown them, so it's going to last longer. And that's another reason why when you're using regular knives and stuff, that's why your lettuce, stuff like that, is browning, because of the type of metal that you're using. And I use this all the time on meats and stuff. It's very, very easy to use. And it also has a latch on the end so that you can close it up and put it safely in your drawers. And if you notice, our co-founder, Doris Christopher, is left-handed, but she also knows that most of the world is right-handed. So she did make all of her tools both for left-handed people and right-handed people. So I don't know if you guys knew that. So what we are going to do is I did make more than enough for here because I'm going to make like a chicken salad thing for later. So we're going to mix this all together. And I put a little bit of garlic in there. We're going to put some mayonnaise in there as well. I put cheddar cheese. And I'm putting it into our classic batter bowl, which I found out when I was at my mom's house for when my grandkids came to visit, that she had a Pampered Chef birthday party right after Doris started Pampered Chef, and I did not know that. And she still has her classic batter bowl and her chopper from 1980. And she had her first Pampered Chef in November, so it was right after Doris started Pampered Chef. I was just like, holy cow. So I was like really impressed. And I stole her stone. This is her stone from 1980. So, all right. So we have all this mixed up. We got all these goodies together. And this is going to be yummy, yummy, yummy. I set the oven for 375. And you guys, you can do all kinds of things with this. You can do like a Hawaiian chicken, if you guys like that kind of thing, or you can do breakfast. You can do like if you're craving Thanksgiving, you can do like a Thanksgiving dinner, put turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy, or I mean, just let your imagination run wild. Okay, so I got my scooper. Just gonna scoop the stuff in there real quick. You don't have to make it all pretty. Just scoop it in there.
I think while you're doing that, Robin, I think what we should do as consultants, we should all like find our favorite braid recipe. And when you post the picture in our workshop group of the finished product, we can all have recipes in the comments below.
Oh, yes, yes.
So yeah, I can't wait for you to show us a couple of these braids. And then we have one more quick person and we'll finish up.
Yeah, they have a chicken and kale braid in there as well too. I haven't got on the kale train too much here lately, but you know how it goes. Everybody has their own thing. But okay, here's the trick to the braid thing. So I have, all right, here we go. Let me, great. So you just take the ends. Thank you. This does one sitting here for a minute. So you just take the ends and you cross them over and you do it all the way down. Okay. Very simple. And
I was so amazed at how quick and easy it was. I think everyone's so intimidated by it, but it's really not hard at all. And when you rolled out your dough and then you used the pizza cutter to kind of cut those strips about a couple inches. Yeah.
Our pizza cutter is amazing because on the other side, there's a cutter.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually, like in here, I couldn't get all the way to the edge because the bar pan has a slip. So I used the cutter part to cut to the very edge. It comes in handy for so many things, and no other pizza cutter has this cutter on the edge. It's really, really nice. I mean, I've never seen a pizza cutter that had one, so.
Oh, it looks so good. All right, Robin, you keep working on that. We're going to head over to Erin for our last little tip highlight, and we'll come back so we can kind of see it all finished.
Well,
Erin, are you around here? I'm looking.
I am here. So I am so excited to try a braid. I haven't even done that yet. And this is just making me want to make one because it looks so fun. What I have in front of me is actually the last piece in the stone starter set. So Dusty showed you the pizza stone, and Robin showed you the bar pan. This is the cute little loaf pan. And today I cooked up some caramel latte bread. And this bread made my whole house smell like a coffee shop. It smells so good. It is a really yummy bread, and my boys love it. They were asking me, when are you going to go live so that I can eat some? Because I had to show you what it looks like when it comes out. So basically, the only thing I did with this stone is put a little bit of spray in it. Now, I didn't use Pam. I don't use Pam in my house. So Katie's not going to reprimand me here. I actually have our kitchen spritzer, and this works very similar to like a spray can. You're just going to pump it, and then you spray whatever pan that you need. You don't need a whole lot with these pans, but this is a new version. You can see on the bottom, it's got that little edge on it. And then I'm just going to use the other side of my cake tester, which I used to see when it was done, kind of go all the way around it, and then I'll flip it out. And I wanted to show you that there's not a whole lot left in this pan, and it comes out so quickly and easily. And it really looks like I haven't even used it, even though I use this pan all the time. So behind me, I also want to show you, we've talked a lot about the beautiful unglazed stoneware, but we haven't really talked about the glazed stoneware. And this, if you can tell, is my favorite. I love that you can cook with this, and you can also serve with it, because I'm all about not ordering more dishes. So in front of me is the chip and dip set, and you can make one of those really pretty taco braids in here all the way around. You could probably even make one of the other braids that Robin made on here, or you can make nachos and then set your bowl in the middle and have salsa in it. We actually also sell the bowls as a set. And I use these bowls for cereal or for anything, but it's really nice that you can cook with them too. So I love the bowls. The other thing that I use all the time is our pie plate. Very pretty. It actually has the unglazed on the inside and then the glazed on the outside. So this is going to get your pie crust nice and crisp and golden. And then it'll also be a really pretty serving tray too. So I love that part. Speaking of serving trays, these beautifully glazed serving trays here, you can cook on these also, but they make just beautiful platters so that you can have some salmon fillets on here, cook it in the oven, and then serve it right on here too. So absolutely love the glazed of them. Don't want to forget about our deep covered baker also. That deep covered baker can go in the microwave. I know it sounds crazy, but I have made fajitas in here. I've also had sweet corn. If you put sweet corn in your deep covered baker in the microwave, it cooks the sweet corn very good, juicy. It also will keep it hot. So the nice thing about stoneware is that it retains the heat so much that it'll keep your food warm until you serve it too. So that is just a little bit about our stoneware. If you are looking at all of this stuff and you're like, oh, I really want that, you should really contact your consultant, because you can get a lot of these items 60% off. And they're so pretty. The glaze on here is gonna last for a very long time. I know a lot of people have the burgundy, and that is a pretty color too, but I'm a little partial to the gray, as you can see. Just absolutely love this. But I'd also love to answer any questions that you guys have about the stoneware. So I'm gonna throw it back to Katie.
Yeah. Well, Erin, thank you so much. You got a comment. Erin, you're going to get me in trouble. Now I have to order those too.
I know, they're so pretty.
Oh, I love it. So, yeah, I think Aaron, I'm so glad that you brought up the different kinds, because you've got the unglazed, you've got the half glazed that's like pretty on the outside and unseasoned on the inside. And then you've got the fully glazed. So really it's something for everyone. Some people are like, oh, I hate that it looks dirty, right? Like some people feel that way. Now we as consultants are like, oh my gosh, it has so dark. I love it. We like the darker it looks, we're like all about it, right? But you can choose whichever is right for you. We just had another question come in. Randy, is this Sherry? Tell me, Randy, your name. I hope I remember. Is the glazed stoneware hard to clean? It is not. I thought it was Sherry. Okay. So it's not hard to clean, but you will have to and you can use soap. And of course, when soap gets on debris, then it kind of loosens it up. So it makes it a little easier. But your glazed stoneware will be more likely to stick than your unglazed. But it's not a problem. I don't think anyone should be scared of using their stones. In fact, I think you should make a rule for the next, from now until Valentine's Day or whatever, however many times you cook, right? For the rest of the month, just use your stones. You're going to fall in love with them. And if you are interested, I have a 6-page question and answer. It covers all of the questions we got tonight, but more. You can, I'll pop this into our Facebook workshop group. This is specific to the older stones. Now, the newer stones, we have some great blogs that we can share as well for recipes, for tips and tricks, for how to clean, all of these things. If you like following blogs, the Pampered Chef blog is really great. And I know that your consultant also has a customer group or Facebook group, can keep you in the know. And guys, we love when you ask us questions, because it gives us a chance to show what we've learned over the years, and it gives us a chance to improve our customer service. So please never hesitate or feel like you're bothering us at all. This is your last chance for the Q&A. All right. So you can ask some more questions about stones, but I also want to hear your questions about what you think you would have to know if you were going to become a Pampered Chef consultant. And you can just do this out of, wanting to win or curiosity. The thing that I found, I went to my first Pampered Chef party. I wasn't looking for a job. I had a full-time job. I was way over busy, but I really fell in love with the products. And I loved the idea of having a side gig that I could decide when I was going to work and make a little extra income to pay off a student loan. So that's kind of how I got started. And I know that every consultant has a story. We shared a little bit about that last week in our stones, our workshop group. But yeah, ask about being a consultant. You've got all of us here. We can share with you. Be as nosy as you want. Maybe you're thinking about someone who needs some extra income. Maybe you're curious about it. I know a lot of people are like, I'll be a consultant when I retire. So if it's your retirement plan, ask all the questions to us now. And then as far as hosting goes, like Aaron was saying, 60% off. That's the February special. So you get to pick one, or if your party gets 10 to 12 orders, 2 stones at 60% off, in addition to all the normal host rewards. All right. So every month when you host, you're going to get amazing things. But in February, stones are 60% off. That's why we wanted to, show you all of the different versions. And I do have to tell you, mine are always decor. So back there by my sink, I've got the platters and that chip dip. Up top, I've got my bakers. And then on the other side, I have my large stone, and over there I have my large bakers and my half glazed ones. So that's how I store them, as decorations. And then when I need them, get them. Okay, let's finish with your questions. Robin, did you finish your braid? You want to show it just for a hot second? I know we only have 4 minutes left, but I'll come over to you real quick. Oh, did we freeze? Shoot. Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't kick her out. What if I kicked her out? We might just have to you might have to take extra pictures. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, let's keep going with your questions. Let me check the chat. How many parties are required to have per month? So Sherry, you don't have to have any parties. As a brand new consultant, guys, you get to decide what this is for. Some people do, we are having consultants now. Oh, there's Robin. I must have kicked her out. Shh. That was an accident. But we are having consultants now who just join for the community aspect, right? Like we're doing these workshops. We're learning how to cook together, like just, it's fun. And so you could even join as a consultant and invite your friends and family to our once a month workshop and make that your thing. And then just follow up with your customers as customer service and just do it as fun. Or you could work it like, I work it as a full-time gig. So I get full-time income working 30 hours a week. That's so appealing. Like I was like, yes, please. Right. Who wouldn't take a part-time job and make full-time income? And then some people are just like doing it as a side thing. They have a full-time job. And so there's no requirement for parties, but as far as staying active, you want to do, if you were to have $150 every other month, you would always be active and working towards a raise. So while you don't have to submit $150 every other month, that's how you're going to play the system right to get all the perks of being a consultant. And then we get chances to earn all of the free, all of the new products for free. So that's kind of exciting too. All right, there's Robin. She's back. Let's see that final braid real quick. Say hi, Robin.
Hi.
All right, yeah. Show it to us real quick.
Okay.
Maybe just take a picture of it and we'll put it in the stones.
Hold on just a second.
Oh, wow. It's so pretty.
Okay, it's in the oven baking.
Thanks, Robin. That looks amazing. I'm so glad you got back in. Sorry.
Dropped my phone, so when I dropped it, my finger hit the button and I lost connection.
Oh, no problem. All right. So I think that's it. Any last minute questions? What's the price? What are the prices of the loaf pan? Okay. I don't know this off the top. Who does? Can someone Google it real quick? Victoria's like looking in there. So I do know, however, that the Stoneware starter kit, the large pizza stone, the large bar pan, and the loaf pan come in a set, and I think it's $109, and you get all.
The loaf pan is $34 by itself.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right. So, thank you so much for looking that up. All right, so as we conclude today, I have our entries here. I need to put in that one, and I think there was one more, Pam. Yep. All right, so let's do our door prizes. We'll wrap up with this. I know that you saw some cool stuff tonight, so you've got 3 choices. You can follow up with your consultant after, ask them, say like, hey, are you doing any kind of special for me if I want to order something? We are suckers for that. Okay. So you tell us you want to order something. Do you have any specials going on? You got any sales for me? They'll do something. Okay. If they don't, you come to me, I'll tell them to do a sale for you. Okay. So for sure, follow up with your consultant. And listen, when you purchase something, it can be anything from them before noon tomorrow, you're going to be entered to win our little small bar pan from me. Okay. And you're just gonna be like, don't forget to enter me into that drawing. All right. So by noon tomorrow, you order. The other way you can get entered to win is schedule your next party, and we'll go out 90 days, schedule in February, March, April, even May. All right. All the way through from now to May. If you schedule a party with your consultant, you could do one on Table, which is our new platform. You don't need social media. You could do a Zoom workshop or a Zoom party. Heck, you can use our workshop next month, right? You can say, I want to do a party. I'll invite all my guests to your workshop. There you go. You got your party. Okay. And then you could do it on Facebook. If your consultant offers in-person parties, I know that's kind of hit or miss depending on kind of your area and how the virus is touching right now, but that could be an option potentially. Or you could just pass the catalog. So you sign up to collect orders with your consultant, tell them a date by noon tomorrow. You're entered in, okay? And then if you're having fun with us and you're like, this is cool, I think I want to be part of that amazing team climb, then join with your consultants, $25. $25. And you can be a consultant with us, try it for a month, see what you think. You're probably going to find a really, really fun group of people you're going to love. All right, on-time door prize drawing. Here we go. And consultants, if I forgot anything, please let me know. On-time drawing goes to Michelle M. All right, so I'll follow up with you after. And then here's our questions. Let me see if I had any other questions come in real quick. I don't want to miss someone. Oh, we're so glad that you guys like the workshops. How much does it cost to be a consultant? All right, Tiffany. All right, and I have to give you 3. Hold, please. Can't miss ya. All right, how much does it cost to be a consultant? So we have a $25 kit. And then every month when it's not February, that's a special February thing. But in every month we have 3 kits you can choose from, and you can choose from these February too. They come with different products. Just ask your consultant for their link. All right, you can just look at it and compare the different kits. $79, $159, or $249-ish. And then that will give you access to our online platform for parties that's not social media driven, a free website, catalogs to get you started, all of your training. Some of the kits come with products. All of them come with a cool apron. And then you get to be with us. You get to be part of Team Climb. So I think that's all our questions. We're going to do our door prizes. So we'll do 2 door prizes. And did I say if you join, so order, join our team, or decide on a date with your consultant, okay? By noon tomorrow, you get entered to win this. And then our other 2 door prizes are going to be Rose Heidig and Dana. Dana, what's your last name? You type that in the chat before you leave, okay? So we'll get you guys some door prizes, and we will always do our workshop within the first 10-12 days of the month, but watch that Facebook group, the workshop group on Facebook, or ask your consultant to be like, contact you when we do these workshops, so that as soon as the date and time comes out, we'll be able to do that. Okay, did I miss anything? Consultants, did I miss anything? It's Dana Creelman. Oh, I see you now. Hi, congrats. All right, cool. Anybody, did I miss anything? Okay. Well, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording.